Hello everybody, this was going to be a message for the people that have been doing my 14-day program recently. I just thought it was an important enough subject to send out to everybody. And this is the thoughts around, that consistency is important with training, right? And let's assume that that training is a really important thing for you to be doing in terms of just feeling like you can do what you want to do in life and take care of things like, your health and how you feel, how you look, what you're able to get up to. So let's assume that's really important. And long term, you're going to invest in yourself. And there's no point in your future that you can think, oh yeah, in a year's time, I'll have got that training thing done and I won't need to do that anymore. If you look ahead that you're going to need to be doing this on a regular basis, long term, forever. And what happens is that we say things like consistency is really important. Consistency is really, really important. And you can hear that and you can know that. But how do you become consistent at training? And one of the things I think is to remind yourself of your goal and why what you're doing is so important to you. What is the difference that it's actually making to your life? What are the things that you're going to be able to do? And what are the things also that's going to... What are the bad side of that you're going to be avoiding as well? So, really being clear on what you're getting and what you're avoiding by continuing to be committed to training. So what happens though, you may have experienced this yourself, is that people start and then they stop. And that could be after one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. But, often people have this, if they're not being consistent long term, if they haven't made it truly a part of their lives and who they are, then it's easy to go through cycles where you start and you stop and then you regret stopping. And however long it takes, you decide to go back to it. This happens. And I think it's because we start to argue for our limitations. We start to believe the kind of bullshit excuses that we start to tell ourselves, whether that's about not having enough time, about being too busy, about just, not being able to fit it into our day, despite the fact that many, many people manage to fit this stuff into their day. And I'm not talking about like there's never a reason why you're going to miss. You're not going to miss a session. There's never something that is more important. Of course there is. There's always things that are massively more important than perhaps that single training session or perhaps that week of training. Whatever it might, whatever's going on. That's fine. I get that. But we convince ourselves that some excuses are valid and they're nowhere near a good enough reason to derail your training, especially if you sort of pace that out. How's that going to look? How is that going to look in 3 months' time? How's that going to look in a year's time? How frustrated are you going to be when you look back to today after telling yourself, actually, I can't get to a training session? So I want you to hear yourself when you come up with excuses and reasons, if this is for you, if this is true for you. I want you to, if things are going really well with your training, look back into the past. Have there been times where you've told yourself something and you accepted it way too easily and you didn't carry on with what it was that you wanted to be doing? And, what was that pattern? What was that habit? How can you not do that again? How can you not let yourself do that again? How can you hear that and go, oh, this is that thing. This is me trying to derail my progress. And catch yourself, because this is a key to actually being able to be consistent. So it takes it from being a bit of a slogan, be consistent, to knowing what it takes to kind of know yourself enough, know your habits and your patterns, and know that you actually want to keep training long term. And this is one of the ways that you're going to do that. This is one of the ways you're going to be successful, that you're going to make it a habit and make it part of who you are. All right. So don't argue for your limitations. Don't accept the bullshit excuses, because there are plenty of them. Instead, be kind to yourself when you have genuine reasons to not be able to get where you want to get, gym or go out for your run, whatever you're doing. Otherwise, don't give up so easily. Don't argue for your limitations so soon. get in there and get it done and get that kind of consistency badge for yourself. Change the way you're thinking about it. All right, that's long enough for now. Take care.